us not seek the Republican answer or the Democratic answer, but the right answer. Let us not seek to fix the blame for the past. Let us accept our own responsibility for the future. John F. Kennedy. Welcome to Progressive Voices of Arizona, a place where people can discuss the issues that affect people all over the nation and look for possible solutions to restore society's humanity. Kick off your shoes, grab yourself a snack and something to drink, and listen in with Scott and Kara, your hosts of Progressive Voices of Arizona.
Arizona. My name is Scott, and I am one of the co-hosts for the show. We are actually broadcasting live from Prescott, Arizona. We decided, since it's Kara's birthday weekend, she wanted to go to Prescott Point of Rocks Resort and go camping. So here we are in the middle of Point of Rocks Resort camping. And, we had a wonderful thing happen because a friend of ours actually lives here. And she came to join in on the show tonight to talk about changing Congress. Of course, we're going to throw in a few other things that, kind of happened over the past week that we kind of want to talk about. But yeah, changing Congress is the main idea for today. Now, remember, you can always find us online. We are at www.provoicesaz.com. Is that right? .com? Yeah, okay. And we're on Facebook, and I think we're on Twitter, and pretty much anywhere. Just search for us. You'll find us. I think all of that is linked onto our website. So, welcome to the show tonight. Let's see. So our friend here with us is Kels Thornton. She is a DNC Bernie delegate from 2016 who went to the DNC convention. So she's got a lot of information about what actually went on there from actually being there. And, of course, Kara's here,
Hello. That was a hell of a greeting.
Oh, well, This was the lull in the moment silence of something like that. So, so we had some interesting things happen in Arizona this past week. Of course, our wonderful legislature decided to go ahead and give free taxpayer vouchers to every student in Arizona. Because those private schools really need more money while the public schools are getting screwed. What else did they do today or this week? What didn't they do? Well, they didn't do their job.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, that was one of the big things they did is they pretty much screwed public schools, and Governor Ducey signed that bill, making it into law. The other thing that happened was Representative Athena? Yeah, Athena Salmon. I can't pronounce her last name, so don't ask me to. She gave a secular humanist invocation at the state capitol and was chastised and was in violation of House rules because she did not quote a higher power in her invocation. Because those of us that don't have, are not Judeo-Christian don't deserve to be represented at the Capitol, apparently. So that was one of those things that happened this week. We have Democratic candidates popping up everywhere. We have two governor candidates, David Garcia and Noah Dreyer,
I think.
Okay. We have two superintendent for public instruction candidates, Kathy Hoffman, Kathy Hoffman, and David Shapira. And we had something else, too. There's at least one Secretary of State, and that would be Katie Hobbs. There's another guy that may be running who is currently the mayor of Phoenix, Greg Stanton, but he has not officially announced yet. But we still have a lot of work to go, because if we're really going to change Arizona, we have the momentum this year and in 2018 to actually change the field. If we don't do what we always normally do, and that's where we get into a little bit of a problem, because what we normally do is and when I say we, I mean the Democratic Party of Arizona, tends to like to try to pick their candidates before the primary.
And you know what? Enough with the let's turn Arizona blue. Jesus, we're not even close to purple yet. One step at a time.
Okay, well, we'll get to that.
Okay.
I updated the voter registration data. I actually updated it and uploaded it to Facebook.
Ooh.
So, so what we normally do here in Arizona is the Democratic Party says, okay, this is who we want to actually win the primary, so we're going to support them. And they've been doing it forever. So the situation came up. Kathy Hoffman had filed and started her campaign finance committee in March, like March 9th. She's been running around to LD. She's been getting signatures. She was at the Secular Day at the Capitol on March 21st, where we interviewed her as we were broadcasting live from the Capitol. And she's a real nice lady. She's definitely got the skills and understanding of how education needs to be fixed in Arizona. So we've been pretty supportive of her because we kind of like her. She's nice. She's gung-ho and passionate, and she's not establishment.
And she doesn't run away screaming from us.
Yeah, that was a cool thing. But anyway, so she's been working really hard. Well, this past week, David Shapira announced that he was running for superintendent of public instruction, which, is fine. David does have the skills and knowledge to be able to do that because he is an educator and stuff. But the party started blasting out all of his stuff, and people apparently that haven't really been paying that much attention don't even know that there's another candidate for superintendent of public instruction, because apparently she sent in press releases and this, that, and the other to the state party, and they ignored it. She's not a establishment person. She's down to earth, and she's ready to do something regardless of whether or not the party's going to help her. So that leaves it to us to start helping her. We've already started getting her petition signatures in our district because she deserves a chance, and she deserves as much support from the party as anyone else that runs.
Why do I get the feeling you might be talking about a couple that we may know?
Well, maybe. Okay.
Possibly. Maybe.
So Kale's here. She knows what we're talking about because, she was a Bernie delegate, and she's, kind of followed our campaign stuff and campaign stuff of others and this, that, and the other. So what's your take on this?
On what?
The whole thing with the party
Selection.
choosers.
Well, here's the deal. In my opinion, the Arizona Democratic Party, in my short experience in politics, I've seen them. I see a club of elite neoliberals who like to pick their friends and ignore the others, and not doing their due diligence to support candidates who actually may have a chance.
Mm-hmm.
And without even exploring, I just don't think they're being fair in choosing their candidate. It's like a popular kids club over there.
Yeah, like we've never heard that one before.
And it really isn't a positive experience for anybody who wants to throw their hat into the political arena. You have to, walk the part, dress the part, speak the part. And if you aren't doing that, you're veritably ignored by the state party.
Yeah.
And it really, Democrats will continue to lose that way.
Right. And that's one of the things that we would like to, because we're hoping that a lot of progressives are listening, and progressives seem to have the idea of the understanding that until we actually really get candidates that are progressive, that are supported by progressive organizations and the Democratic Party, we're going to continue to lose here in Arizona. It's just one of those things that has happened over and over and over again. Now, this morning, while we were packing up for this wonderful little trip up to Prescott, I got a phone call from a guy who is a LD16 Democrat who worked on both of the Clinton campaigns, worked on the Obama campaigns, and wants to run for the legislature in D16. If he decides to do that, that means that we will or already have what I think would be a full slate of candidates for the second year in a row.
Woohoo!
In the last 20 years. I think this is the second time that we've had 3 candidates. So it's a good thing. Now, one of the other problems we have, and then one of the things that the show is about tonight is about changing Congress. Now, I don't know if any of you have noticed that a lot of these Republican congressmen and women are kind of not wanting to talk to the public. Representative Biggs had a town hall this past week. I think it was actually the week before. I can't remember.
I think it was a week before.
And Senator Jeff Flake had one here in Arizona in Mesa.
Well, he didn't actually host it, though, did he?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, he actually hosted it?
Yeah, he actually hosted that town hall in Mesa. And it turned into a shit show, pretty much. Because that's one of the things that, for some reason, these people don't seem to understand, is that when they're supposed to be representing us, they need to actually listen to what we're telling them. But they're picking and choosing who they're, I think that there was invites sent out specifically for the Andy Biggs town hall, and no one else was really invited. There's been instances where we had Paul Gosar a couple of months ago, who's in CD4, and for a lot of people who don't seem to realize that CD4 doesn't just cover Apache Junction and Gold Canyon. It actually covers Payson and Prescott and all the way up to Kingman and all the way down to Yuma. It's this huge, huge space of places. So Gosar was going to have his town hall in Gold Canyon and realized that there was going to be 200 or 300 upset people showing up at his town hall, so he changed it to a tele-town hall. And there's Joey looking at us through the window. He turned it into a tele-town hall, and they screened the callers. They only took specific questions that he wanted to answer. And that's not how you represent, because that's not representative of your constituents. He took a pretty big beating on that. But one of the other problems is that then you had a whole bunch of people screaming, yelling about how we bust in all of these people into Gold Canyon for this town hall. And I think the actual mayor of Apache Junction made comments about all these people being bussed in. And so I, politely responded and said, okay, you guys do realize that CD4 is not just Apache Junction and Gold Canyon, okay? Payson, which where a lot of these people on that bus was from, is part of CD4. And if Gosar is only planning one town hall in the entire state, why shouldn't they bust themselves down so they can try to talk to him? The same thing. I mean, if Gosar was to have a town hall in Kingman, and I drove up there with the RV with a whole bunch of people on it, bussing everybody up there, I'm not bussing everybody up there because I'm just trying to be an ass. I'm trying to get in front of my representative who's ignoring me. So you guys need to take a little bit of take a step back on that one, because you don't have it going on right there. So what else did Congress done lately? They failed at repealing and replacing Obamacare because Trump Care was a total disaster.
Oxymoron.
Yeah, waiting to happen, and even Trump supporters went, "What the fuck are you doing?" Because that is our health care you're trying to take away, and you're going to give us what? So that died relatively quickly after the public became a little hostile about it. I never heard anything about the, remember the Ides of March mailing, that everybody was going to be mailing cards to Trump on the 15th?
Yeah, I never heard anything
Never
about
heard
that
how
either.
that went. Never heard any response on it.
Apparently everybody was going to do it, whether they did or what the result was. Nobody seems to know. But, yeah, that's a good question.
Nobody could afford to buy stamps. That's what it was. So here we are. We're working up into 2018, and we really, really need to change Congress. Not